Why, hello, boys and girls. This is your Fapton speaking, and if you could be so kind as to rate the shit out of this video, that would make me smile. But needless to say, you can read. Hopefully, if you can't, get on that. But the title of this video should let you know this is Would You Rather. And so, before I fritter away any more of your time, let's get into it. For the rest of your life, would you rather be a would you rather? Interesting formatting of that question, Mr. Submitter. I'm not going to read your name. Prostitute or a nun? Well, this is probably the easiest one I've ever been asked. You know, I am not a religious dude, and I would much rather be having sex the rest of my life, even if it's with people. It would be women. I'm assuming I don't have to be a homosexual prostitute because there'd be like a stipulation in there for that. That would change things up a bit. But I would much rather be a prostitute having sex with not so attractive women than a nun who has to pretend to believe something that I don't and also never get laid, unless like you're like not a real nun but kind of like a nun that would be in some sort of performance art, which is synonymous with a pornographic film. So I'm going to go with prostitute on this one. If you chose nun, that's very interesting. What's also interesting is that nun assumes that you're female, whereas prostitute doesn't. So it seems like I bet we're going to get a lot of nuns here. This is my, business mind going. Like, yeah, we're going to get a lot of nuns here because the females are all going to pick nun. Because I bet the idea of being a prostitute is much more appealing to men because they're still thinking like, oh yeah, women like Scarlett Johansson and, Megan Fox are going to be coming to buy things, not old, wrinkly, saggy old women who haven't been laid in like 20 years and have stretch marks everywhere and like crusted boogers all over themselves and blisters with herpes and everything. I don't know where that one came from. If they haven't been laid in a long time, herpes doesn't seem like it'd be a big threat, but I'm going to go prostitute. Really? Okay, I thought there would be a good deal of nuns. There are 33% nuns, not as much as I thought, but 67% prostitutes. So that's probably due to the fact that I guarantee there are a lot more men on this website than women. That's the way it seems to be with most websites that aren't Pinterest. And I've tried to go to Pinterest before just to see what the hubbub is about, and it's just ridiculous. What's the point? I mean, why? It's just like a big scrapbook. Like maybe, I don't know. It's a girl thing, I guess. Would you rather eat Lay's potato chips or eat Pringles? All right, well, slow down, Mr. Inquisitor. Let's get this all set up. Now, for the sake of this question, let's assume that it's Lay's original versus Pringles original. Now, if that's the case, I'm going to go Lay's 10 times out of 10 because I like the regular Lay's more than I like regular Pringles. But if we switch this up a bit and we say sour cream and onion potato chips Lay's or sour cream and onion Pringles, I'm going to go sour cream and onion Pringles every time because flavors are way better on Pringles than on Lay's. You know, Lay's are good just as a standard chip. And before some of you say, you said you hated sour cream. Yes, I do hate sour cream, but I like sour cream and onion chips. Just call me out on it. Just don't be a bitch, For the same reason, I like loaded baked potato Pringles. There's sour cream on there, but it tastes great. Mainly it just tastes like bacon and potatoes, so it's not really fair to pretend that there's any sour cream flavor in there at all. And a little bit of chiz, just a dash of chiz in there. So I'm going to go with Lay's, assuming, for the sake of science, these are original flavors. 39% said eat Lay's, 61% said eat Pringles. I can't really make fun of the other side on this one because they very well may have been thinking about their favorite flavor of Pringles versus that equivalent flavor in Lay's, which is fair, but I think, you know what, you need to work on your semantics with answering these questions, and unless they give you explicitly a flavor, you can't be taking these rash assumptions, and you're just completely skewing the data, and I'm disappointed in all of you. Alright. For a story that you're interested in, would you rather read the book or see the film? I would much rather read the book first because it's not like it's mutually exclusive. I'd read the book and then go see the film before I see the film and then go read the book because then I'm going to already have an idea of what the characters look like and all that stuff. And I don't want to have those preconceived notions of how the plot's going to go and what the scenery looks like because I want to be able to imagine it all myself. So pretty sure I've answered this one before. Pretty common. 51% said read the book. 49% need to learn how to read and expand the horizons. On to the next question. Would you rather watch porn with your parents or watch porn starring your parents? Alright. What a ridiculously easy question. Like, really? Like, I want you guys to think right now which side I'm saying it's so easy for. Because my logic here is watching porn with my parents, that would be like 10 minutes maybe of a really, really awkward time. It'd be really, really awkward. And there's nothing in here that says any of us have to be doing anything to ourselves. We could sit there like with our hands up like a policeman has a taser at us, just holding them up to be sure, and just get through the video. I guarantee there'd be no problem with being aroused because I'd be so freaked out with the situation I wouldn't even be thinking about it in a sexual context. But we just sit there for 10 minutes, the deed is done, The people in that porn I have no idea who they are. Their image in my head probably will disappear in a few days, if they even last past a few minutes, you know, when I go back upstairs and think about them again. But, I mean, think about it. That's it. That's the end of that equation. Whereas watching the video starring your parents, suddenly it's like that's going to be in your mind forever. It's going to be ingrained in there. Every time you close your eyes and try and sleep, bam, you're seeing it. Every time you try and just like do the dishes, flash right in your eyes. It's almost like a movie, just of a still image of your dad doing some unforgivable thing to your mom, or vice versa, and just a disgusting, horrible, just culmination of evil in your mind that will never let you sleep, and it'll never. Oh God, I can't even imagine that. That would be so terrible. So if you choose this one, going straight into it, I'm going to say if you choose to watch a porno starring your parents rather than just watching it with your parents, you are a sick fathermucker, and you need to get help. Okay, I'm very relieved by that. 80% said watch with your parents. 20% are incestual deviants who get off to disgusting things and need to go see a therapist, and not just the Dr. Phil kind of therapist, a real kind of MD therapist that's going to take you and get you under control because you're a sadistic mofo and you need to get help. So if anyone in my audience chose that, leave a comment why. I'm curious. Next. Oh, I've definitely done this one before, but people are joining all the time, so I'll answer it really quickly. Would you rather get high or get drunk? I would much rather get drunk. I mean, you're much more social when you're drunk. You can go out and do more things. Your inhibitions are lowered. You're not afraid to go up and talk to a girl that's like 3 leagues out of yours. So I'm going to say drunk for sure. And of course, 51% said drunk and 49% said high. I could have predicted that. If you were Ash, would you rather be stuck with Dawn or be stuck with May? Stuck with Dawn or May? I don't even know who Dawn is. Is that one of the... That must be one of the new Pokemon characters. God, this is sad for me. Because I love Pokemon so much, and getting a question where they ask me about a character, I don't even know who the hell it is. And I know who May is, though. I've seen a couple episodes, the pretty new ones with May in it. And I'm going to replace Dawn with Misty in my head and just juxtapose that figure. And so I'm going to have to go with Misty, you know, because this girl May, she's probably still like 12 years old in the series. By now, Misty's got to be at least like what, like 20, 21 years old. She and I would mesh really well as long as she didn't get like some weird affliction from all that swimming in probably polluted waters with all the little fishies. So I'm going to go with Misty, who is Dawn. Alright, apparently I chose wrong. 38% said Dawn, 62% said May. Maybe the reason that so many people chose May is because nobody knows who the hell Dawn is. Like, am I dumb here? Is this like a really old character that I'm not thinking of? I have no idea, but this is a sad day when a Pokemon question is asked and I don't recognize the character. Sad, sad day. Would you? Of course. I knew I wouldn't get through a single freaking episode without talking about fecal matter in some way, shape, or form. God damn it, the people who submit to this site are so... They just love their scat. So, would you rather swim in a swim in a pool of poop, or get your head stuck in an elephant's rear end? Okay. All right. Well, if my head is stuck in the elephant's rear end, I can't imagine there's very much clean air up there. So it seems like I'd suffocate, and there really isn't a big. If I have to like jump in the pool of poop naked and just swim around for a while, I guarantee I'd like get an infection and probably die from that. Probably not die from it, but I'm going to say that because I'm being hyperbolic right now. So don't want to do that. But at the same time, I can't have my head in the elephant's ass for that long, you know, otherwise I'll die. So I'm imagining like 5 seconds, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll just get like the sluttiest elephant I can find so it's looser and more comfortable. I'm thinking I'm going to do that because the pool of poop, really, really gross. And if I could, you know, have this sort of stipulation where I can wear one of those huge hazmat suits and then jump in the pool of poop, I would much rather do the pool of poop. But that kind of defeats the purpose because then you're taking a step back and defeating the entire idea of why it's gross. And we don't want to do that, do we? We don't. So I'm going to go with stick your head in an elephant's boot hole. Wow, 34% said that, 66% said swim in a pool of poop. You know, I... Can't say anything about it, man. These are two really awful choices. I mean, I think I would rather, like, cut off my pointer finger on my left hand before I did either of those things, you know, just to be sure. Because from what I've heard, your middle finger actually takes the place of your pointer finger really quickly, and then it just, you know, it's almost like you don't even need it. Because you do need your pinky for more than you think, because it helps you lift things. Like, lift something up right now that's really heavy, and you'll see that you're putting a lot of weight on your ring and pinky finger. So that was the science portion of my video today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a rating. If you didn't, leave a down rating, because it's all the same. Don't give a shit. And, yeah, I love you.